What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Sorry there was no episode on Friday, but we are back. Hopefully everyone had a lovely weekend. And if you didn't have a lovely weekend, hopefully we're here to pick you up.
Yeah.
How you doing? Yeah, fuck yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. Ready to start the week.
Me too.
We have a couple days in New York, and then we're headed to Chicago.
Yes. Should we memorize the whole play and perform it?
Totally. 100%. That could be the whole show.
So we are headed to Chicago.
Two-woman show.
Yep. Headed to Chicago on Thursday, and then we're going to LA on Saturday. So we are booked and busy, but excited for the week. I'm really excited for our Chicago show and to go to LA after that. We'll talk more about that. We had our Charlotte show last week. If you're watching on YouTube, you could see we
took some signs home.
We took some signs home because they were so good. This one was just
what I
really
truly
special.
cannot state enough is the fact that so many of you listened to that episode, watched it on Wednesday, and moved fast enough Tuesday, Wednesday, because we posted some pictures or some videos Tuesday, Wednesday, to print out all of these photos of you as Sebastian. This one in the middle is
the one behind me is so
office
good.
level, like printed on a piece of cardboard. Behind Rhea, there's just all these ones.
I love it.
The turnaround was so fast.
It was so fast and so impressive, and it really means a lot that people put so much thought and effort into this.
This one has real leaves on it.
Yeah, the LFG one. It's so cool that people make these signs for us.
Yeah.
I cannot exclaim that enough. And I also love that they're hanging up, and the Sebastian one is hanging up behind me right now, because this is gonna remind me every day, I need to bring this Sebastian
just
energy
have to channel some of that
every
energy.
single day.
Because let's be you were struggling. You were under the weather big time.
We can talk about it. So I was really sick for the Charlotte show, and I pushed through, and once again, people do this all the time. They have to go to work sick. They have to poor performers get on stage sick. It's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
And so I was I just got to push through. But I really, really was sick, because when I got home on Friday, I took my temperature immediately, and it shot up to almost 102.
Yeah.
So I had a 101 borderline 102 fever this weekend. And so that confirmed for me that yes, I was indeed very sick during the Charlotte show. And
hope everybody's feeling okay.
I really just, we talked about it. I was I still want to do this show, and you were we should still, obviously, we can't just cancel. That's crazy. So we did it, and we made it through, and I was a little bit down this weekend, because I felt although I thought the show was still great, you were fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
And everybody that helps with the show, Noah, Sarah, Jordan,
and Tommy,
everyone was fantastic. Yeah. I just couldn't I couldn't give my full energy that I know that I usually bring to the show.
Yeah. You did a really good job, though. I still maybe you weren't at 100, but you were at 80. And which is still pretty good.
Which is still pretty good for having as high as a fever as I did. I realized after. Good. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. But you guys were really awesome, and you guys really helped me push through.
And the crowd was great.
The crowd was fantastic. I just was beating myself up a little bit, because I was damn, I wish that I could have given 100 million % that I do every single, because
that's the life of a performer.
Getting on stage
sometimes
is
sometimes those superstars, when they're on tour every single night, and they're singing their songs, sometimes their voice cracks a few times, and they're damn, that was not my best performance.
And so my voice, that equivalent, my voice cracked a couple times.
Yep.
And I just, getting on stage and doing the live shows is like my favorite thing ever. I fucking love it so much. So I just felt a little bit disappointed this weekend. I didn't want to let anybody down. So I think everyone still had a great time. You know, a lot of girls messaged us and said that they still had a great time. And so I love that. And I'm so excited for Chicago because I am feeling a lot better. And so I'm ready to give 100 million trillion billion % on like, I'm gonna be over energy.
I'm so excited for Chicago. That's still like, out of all the shows we've done, one of like our best shows.
Yeah, that was really good a couple of years ago.
But you know, big theater.
I will say, so I ended up having a very high fever. Pretty sure it was the flu. I had COVID a month and a half ago. So now I got the sicknesses out of the way. You know what I mean? Like hopefully we're all done for.
Somehow, knock on wood. There's no wood in here.
In your head.
That you know, we're all all right.
Yeah.
As of right now.
I know. I put this on my story the other day because if there is a sickness, I get it. Like, and people are like always giving me like that. Oh my God, you should, guys, trust me. I have done I've been to every doctor. I've done it all. Your
immune system's just shit. At the end of the day, that's
right.
That's,
well, let's be nice.
I mean,
no, it is. But I take vitamins every day. I exercise.
I'm not saying your immune system.
I exercise
trying
5 times a week.
Yeah.
I eat healthier than you think I do. I know I talk about how much I love junk food, but for the most part, I eat well. Yeah. Like I'm doing the things, and yet it just is what it is. Some people look it up. Sometimes it's just genetic. My family, they also get sick a lot. So it is what it is. But we made it through, feeling a lot better. I was really upset though because I had a wedding on Friday that Matt was in and I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And I was really upset because he looked so freaking handsome.
Yeah. You're his anonymous fiance.
I know. It's just crazy. Like I just felt so bad. And I felt bad, number one, that I couldn't be there with him, like standing next to him, you know what I mean? And also that I couldn't show love to the couple.
Yeah.
But he looked so freaking handsome and his parents were there. And when they the couple has their first dance and then they invited all the couples to the dance floor. I couldn't be there to dance with him, but his dad sent me pictures of him and his mom dancing together, which made my heart melt. It was so sweet. I love them all so much. And he looked so freaking good. And I was like, you look so handsome, but I wish I could just be standing by your side. So I was upset about that and a little down about that as well. But we're on the come up. And I also, after seeing, pictures of him and his mom dancing together, I was like, I'm just so excited for our weddings. So then, which led me to bothering Fran and Gia on Saturday night about Fran's bachelorette party because I was
honestly, you were not bothering me because I did nothing on Saturday. But Gia was definitely out.
Yeah,
and was,
I know. I was
Gia probably looked at her phone and had 150 text messages from me and Rhea going back and forth.
I know, it was crazy. Well, because I was getting so excited thinking about our weddings. Yours is first, and then mine is a little bit after that. So your your bachelorette is all coming up sooner.
Yeah.
And so I started thinking a lot about your bachelorette because Gia is your maid of honor, but you said to me,
no, she'll need the help.
You were like, Gia may need your help.
She will massively need the help. And I say that with the most love for my sister, but she's 24 and she's never had to plan a big trip like that.
I was so excited.
And I have high expectations.
Yeah, and I am fully ready to help throw the best fucking bachelorette ever. So I was really looking into a ton of stuff on Saturday. And I was thinking, do I text them? Do I not text them? And then I just started texting so much. And I was like, I feel so bad right now. Gia's out getting a million text messages from me about ideas. And Gia would just answer and just be like, yeah. She wasn't.
It was prime time. It was Saturday at 8 p.m. It was whether you out to dinner, out at a bar. It was literally Saturday at 8 p.m.
No, but I was so
it was so fine.
It was, but I feel you need it, you know what I mean?
No, I do need
yours
it.
Yours is coming up sooner than you realize.
Yeah,
and I keep reminding you that.
Believe me,
and
I know.
We gotta get a fucking move on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We're gonna throw you the best fucking bachelor ever, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
But chop,
I
know.
I know. No, believe me, I know.
Sorry,
no,
But we're on it, or I'm on it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm really excited. This is such an exciting time. So
post November 15th, I feel I will just have so much more time to think about all of
the wedding stuff.
We've just been busy, busy bees.
Yeah, because somebody, at our show we do the Q&A and someone was like, wedding planning, and it's so funny because we don't. give too many details publicly because I think both of us want to keep all of that private for now until we get closer to the time. And then you start giving more details of like when and where it is. But when both of our places are booked, but when you don't have everything else, you're like, I'm not going to start giving all the details without everything else booked. But I think, once post a certain time period, then you'll be more like
I'm just like, I have and probably will always be a procrastinator.
Same. That's why we work well together.
And that's just like, it's just part of my DNA,
I've been up your ass like your mom.
No, like, yes, and she's been up there too. So
like we both been crawling up there like, hello.
Yeah, like, where are your save your dates? Save the dates. Where are the save the dates? So believe me, I am. I'm like, Mom, please give me like, I will get it all done. I'm
like, when are you going dress shopping?
I know. I actually think I have an update on that for you as well.
Okay, good. I've been like slowly asking Fran, like, so, like, not to like pressure her, but I'm like, so you thinking about going dress shopping?
The dress shopping thing is like also with my mom's not around, and obviously I could go without her, but
it's you want
her
there.
to come.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm hoping that she comes up for the New York show, and like maybe around that time.
Yes,
we
that's good.
Have something set up. So, but I mean, I was just with my mom in Florida, and she was like, "Oh, you have to do that," and I was like, "Yeah, dress shopping."
What do you mean? That's like the most. That's
no, I know,
part.
but I think it was more like, I mean, I guess like I'll fly up, like.
I'm okay. First of all, I am shocked that she is not like, oh, we need to go immediately because she was on everything else.
No. Anything that like falls onto me, she's like, that's your job.
Oh man, well, I think that's like so exciting. It's so special.
I am.
You know what I mean? I
am definitely excited.
Like you have like your vision and like you make it come to life. Like that's all special.
Absolutely.
But yeah, very exciting stuff. But yeah, I was a little down about that, but then I got super excited and I was like, you know what? Can't be there.
Yeah.
Can't be there, but I'm excited for what's to come. And I'm feeling a lot better, as you can tell. Yeah. But you had a very exciting weekend. You had an eventful weekend besides Saturday.
I did. Massive news from McDonald's. They just dropped 2 new sauces. They have the sweet and spicy jam and the Mambo sauce. I have both of them in my hand right now. You can see the Mambo, like a shiny brown case, and the sweet and spicy jam, a bright purple. Sweet and spicy jam and Mambo, they both have a little bit of a kick to them, which is delicious. The sweet and spicy jam would go great with breakfast. Any kind of like McGriddle, get a little sweet and spicy jam on there, adds a perfect flavor. I think that would be the best way to do it. Honestly, you could dip some hash browns in it. So good. And if you like a spicy sauce as well, the Mambo sauce is delicious. I would say the Mambo sauce for me, any kind of chicken sandwich, putting that on there, McChicken, even just dipping some French fries, having a little spice to your French fries, spice to your McNuggets, dunking your McNuggets in this. So good. We all love the McDonald's sauces. We always are getting a ton of the McDonald's sauces with our orders. Honey mustard, barbecue, ranch. Well, these are spicing things up. They are available for a limited time only at participating locations. The Mambo and the sweet and spicy jam, they are both delicious. I love the Mambo. I am making sure I am finding the Mambo sauce when I am getting McDonald's. So get them with your next order as they're only available for a limited time only. So make sure you get your Mambo and sweet and spicy jam sauces at McDonald's, available for a limited time only at participating locations. We got back from the Charlotte show, which was great. And then Friday, I got home around like 2:30, power nap, got back up. When you give yourself a time limit of being like, you're like, okay, at 5:45, I'm getting up. Mm-hmm. So that's like, I had to do that to motivate myself because I was horizontal. But G and I went to the Renee Rapp show, and it was her last show in the States before she goes to think she's going to like the UK. She has some shows. And it was just a fantastic show. The people over at her label at Interscope were had invited me and plus one because I had asked for it. Like I was like, I really want to go to this show. So they were really, 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 really great. Set it up for us. We watched the show, which was fantastic. I mean, her voice is unbelievable. Truly, goosebumps the whole time. Like so good. We had a bunch of girls in front of us. We were all chatting. They were so great. Like we're all kind of sharing the space. We could get like the best views. We're dancing, we're singing, we're having a good time. And then afterwards she came out, Renee came out, and we got to like say hi and meet her and whatever. And probably every single reply to my story of the picture of us together was girls being like, get her on the pod, get her on the pod. Like, guys, don't you think I'm trying?
Yeah.
Like,
we've been trying.
You know what I really do love? I love that you guys all think we could get whoever we want on this show. It's right there. Thank you so much.
It is something. It's like when we post about Khloe Kardashian commenting on our thing, people are like, just get her on the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just call her up.
What if we just called Taylor up? And so they're like, get her on the pod. I'm like replying to people like, guys, I have been actively trying for honestly like a year plus at this point because we love Sex Life. Like we love Sex Lives of College Girls. I loved her EP. I loved her album. We have been trying, and believe me, I pitched myself to her. I don't think she knew what my show was.
Yeah.
But I was like,
maybe she did.
I was like, Renee, like I do a podcast, like it's called Chicks in the Office. Like we're such big fans. Like you got to come on. She was like, yeah, let's do it. Like what,
She probably thought, we were just a trying.
And then and then it's
a
like
trying podcast.
Exactly. At that point, anybody could pitch their podcast to her.
Anybody can say I have a podcast.
Sure,
she's doing it out of her like mom's basement.
Yeah, which I'm sure.
Sure, honey,
happens all the time.
You have a podcast.
Yes, but I planted the seeds. So fingers crossed. If everyone who would love to see her on the show, we can all do our part. Maybe want to throw our message, comment, go on Chicks in the Office, and every second helps, and every comment helps.
Yep.
Because I am truly dying to have her on the show. I think she is incredible. What was funny, we had these girls in front of us though, and Renee has a song called 23 about turning 23, and everyone was like, some girls were 23, 20. She's like, I'm 24, because Gia also, and we were laughing, and I was like, I'm 29, and they were all like, what? You're 29? Oh my God. Like you don't look 29.
I kind of forgot you were 29 too for a second.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, thanks guys. Like same. Also when Gia and I go out,
why
Gia
do people
is
expect 29? Why do
than
people
I am.
expect 29-year-olds to look like old?
I don't know.
Like I feel like 29-year-olds look young.
I don't know. I took it as a compliment at that point. I was like, thanks, ladies.
I mean, it's definitely a compliment, but I don't know why people assume 29-year-olds like look.
Yeah.
And
I also think it literally has nothing to do with appearance. It's quite literally just because Gia is taller than I am.
Yeah.
That they're like, oh, well, you must be her younger sister. I'm like, just because I'm shorter than her doesn't mean I'm younger than her.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like people are like, oh, but
yeah, but wait,
the height difference. I'm like, okay. Also, Gia was wearing like 4-inch heels and she's already like 5'9", 5'10", as it is.
Who has the height in your family that Gia's so tall?
I mean, my mom's
Your
like...
mom's kind of tall.
My mom's like not short.
No.
My mom's like 5'8". And some of my uncles have some height, but I mean, there's nobody... I will say I do have some very tall cousins. So like maybe it just
like
went to like my generation of cousins that
right.
like some of us got
got scattered
height
through.
gene.
Yeah.
On my mom's side. On my dad's side, not really any height.
Yeah.
But on my mom's side, there's some tall cousins. So yeah, it falls into that. But no, the show was so fucking fun. Saturday, like I said, absolutely nothing. My ring told me that I had 11 hours of inactivity.
That's the goal.
I watched all of we have a weekly watch report, but I watched all of the new season of Selling Sunset and dug into some deeper into Suits.
Yeah.
And
speaking of Suits,
yeah,
20% off. Ugly Christmas sweaters.
We'll give it its moment, and we'll model because Noah's got his too. And Sunday was Marathon Sunday, which is one of my favorite days in New York.
Can I ask why?
Because
it's
energy,
not judgment. I just I have never been.
That's like a widely.
No, I know.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. People say like
because
it's
you
the
don't.
best.
You have to participate. Like where I lived on the Upper East Side. All those years, Marathon goes right by my apartment. So that was always really cool. And it was the one time a year all my friends would come up and like everybody's
reminds me of the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, everybody's watching on the street, everybody's drinking, they're like everybody's having a good time, the signs, everybody's yelling. And it's just one of the most like encouraging, motivational, like so my friend Madeline has run twice now, which is absolutely incredible. Like,
I mean, it's insane that people can do this.
Yeah,
like
2 years in a row she's done it.
Cannot wrap my head around the fact that people could run this marathon. Yeah. Like, it is so impressive.
And when you see the amount of people that do it,
right, you're like, wow, you could push your body to those limits.
The amount of people that do it and the range of people, young, old, like it is so impressive. So we went to like mile 18 to see Madeline, and we also went to mile like 23 and a half where they're coming down past the park, down Central Park east, and I will say like at that area, it's a very narrow running lane that they have at that point, and people are on both sides and they're cheering, and it's just like the cheering and everybody screaming. A lot of people wear their names on their bibs, so like all the people in the crowd are like, go Rhea, go Sebastian. Like and people are smiling, like they're having, I mean some people are struggling for sure, but like the cheering and the bells and the signs, everyone's like, you can do it, go. It's just, the atmosphere is incredible. It is so much fun. Even just to go, like even if you don't know anybody running, just to go and cheer people on and encourage them. And I think like they all need that motivation too.
Absolutely, you need motivation to get through it.
It's just awesome.
It's very impressive.
It's so fun. And I could not be more impressed by all those people, especially like my friends that do it. Unbelievable. I had a few friends run it this year, and just like everybody crushed it, which is so impressive.
I got no runner friends.
Yeah.
None of my friends have any interest in running.
Yeah,
Madeline
doing it 2 years in a row, insane.
And there's a lot of preparation that goes into it too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's not like, you're just picking up, Marathon Sunday and getting aboard. Like, this is like months-long training.
Oh my God, months-long training. The last few weeks too, like, Madeline would send us a text or like a Snapchat at like, 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. And she'd be like, all right, time for 18.5. And we're like, oh, just a casual 18 and a half miles on a Saturday morning,
Oh my gosh.
Because you just have to like work yourself up to being able to get to that point. And of course you're not running that much all the time, but like the marathon training is intense. So congrats to all the marathon runners. If you're a marathon runner listening to this, well done, ladies.
Congratulations to you. Props to you, but can never be me. Literally could never in a million years.
Nope. I'm just,
so
I'm
be
not
proud
a
of
runner,
yourself.
But though they really, really, really impressive.
Yeah.
But yes, it is Monday and Halloween is over, and there are the folks out there that jump right to Christmas.
Yes.
The holidays, whatever you celebrate. And at this point, Thanksgiving is an afterthought, but I love Thanksgiving. But Christmas is, the changing happens so fast. Like I have a paper source near my apartment, and boy, when the clock strikes midnight on October 31st, Christmas immediately. All the decorations are up, everything's up.
They skip the turkeys.
Skip the turkeys. There's a very small Thanksgiving section.
They have to give Thanksgiving,
but Christmas is in the window.
You think this is how messed up my brain is? I'm like, oh, I feel bad.
For the turkeys?
I know, I feel bad for Thanksgiving. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I do not feel bad for the turkeys. Are probably like, yeah, forget us.
Does Thanksgiving get sad that people forget them?
Yeah, that they're like, oh man,
Like, oh, what about
You just
us?
skip right to.
We feed you good.
Yeah, you just skip right to Christmas. Right
You
to
know,
the
greedy
holidays.
motherfuckers.
It's all connected. Like,
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
it's all the
is
holiday
part of
season.
it. Like,
Thanksgiving is pre-Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're getting you excited.
So we today, Monday, for 24 hours, the Barstool store 20% off
Yes.
the new holiday sweaters. Rhea is wearing her Let's Get Lit Up Christmas edition.
Yes.
Noah has his Let's Get Lit Up Hanukkah edition.
There you go.
They're both incredible.
Both great. No, you better post a selfie on your Instagram story to promote it.
I will.
Yeah, Noah, you have to promote that hard.
I will.
Make
I'm
sure.
the resident
You are.
Jewish man here.
Yes, you are. In the Chicks in the Office room. Yes.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
plenty of.
Right. And it's not just
Yes,
you.
but I love both of these. I
they're
think they're great. And
they're selling like hotcakes so far.
yeah, jump on that, folks.
Yeah.
If you have not, it's a great holiday
And
sweater.
some of the past ugly sweaters that we've done are also.
Kris Jenner one is also on sale still. Our
Yes.
Slay
Slay.
one is also
Pete
on
Davidson
sale.
one. I saw some Taylor Swift inspired ones out there that have been made by this office as well. So just go onto the Barstool website.
Yeah, you can browse,
and
check
there's
them all
plenty
out.
of other ones besides these. So
many
check
good
those out.
ones.
20% off.
No,
for
I'm ready.
the next
24 hours, yes. I am ready. I did post on my story that the Eagles linemen again are doing the Christmas album for charity. And they released their first song from it for this new one, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Jordan Mailata, voice of a goddamn angel.
I heard that yesterday.
I was texting my friends. I said, imagine being so good at two things.
It's crazy.
Like, not only are you a incredible professional football player,
Yeah.
you can sing like that.
Yeah.
He has an incredible voice,
How do people get blessed with multiple talents?
multiple talents,
And some get blessed with none.
And he also, like, he played rugby, and then he made the transition to the NFL, American football. So, like, really good at rugby, really good at NFL football, American football, really good at singing.
What is he hiding?
Oh man, but Jordan, good for you, pal. I like, it's great. They do it for a great cause. The money goes to charity. I bought my deluxe bundle version already. Of course, can't wait for it to come. Comes with a puzzle.
Oh, yay.
And I love puzzles. I do love puzzles. And I do have my record player. And last year I played the vinyl all the time. And I'm excited for this one with new songs.
It's a holly jolly Christmas.
They got Dominic the Donkey on this one.
Oh my God, Dominic the Donkey was my favorite one growing up. My favorite Christmas song is why am I blanking on the name of the song?
Sing a little for me.
I don't. It's like not gonna come out of my. I have two actually. Sorry, sorry. I like malfunctioned there.
Okay.
Simply having a wonderful
Christmas
That one's like
time.
just really nice
Paul
to
McCartney.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's real nice and simple to me.
You've seen the Harry Styles cover of that?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
great.
Oh my gosh, I should be kicked off the show for not knowing that. That one, and then so this is Christmas.
Yeah.
And
what have you done?
Right. That's like war. That one's like called War.
Dang,
is
yours
Over.
is a big
over.
Beatles
Your big
Christmas.
Beatles Christmas. That's also
Yeah,
That's John
yes.
Lennon.
John Lennon.
So
Miley has a great version of that one.
I've heard that one.
Yes.
There's something about just the subtleness of those that I really
Yeah.
like. But as a kid, Dominic the Donkey was
Dominic
just
the
very in your face.
Yeah, they have a Auld Lang Syne. I always say that wrong.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
On
Bruce
it
Springsteen.
also, which must be Jordan.
Santa Claus
Yeah.
is coming to town.
Has to be also
I love
Jordan
the
Mailata.
intro
That's
to
the
that
New Year's
song.
Eve song.
Yeah.
He's like,
With all
like in the Bruce Springsteen version where he's like, Clarence, you've been practicing.
yeah. The Bruce one's the best version.
I like the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas. That one just brings me back.
Yep. I would listen to that one too.
That one just brings back memories. So I have an idea for our New York Christmas show.
Oh boy.
And I really want to actually execute it and not just talk about it. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
So do you want to publicly say it so it holds you accountable, or
I want
is it a secret?
that's what I'm trying to decide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought it up last night.
Okay.
And I thought, whoa, this could either be awesome and get the crowd going.
Okay.
Or people could be like, this is wildly uncomfortable. I wish this never happened.
Wow, those are two extremes.
And it involves like a dance sequence. Quick. But Christmas themed.
A thought immediately popped into my head of what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Not just us two, though. Like, other people involved. Yeah.
Okay, honestly, if you're listening, I'm sure you also just had the exact same thought pop into your mind. As soon as she said dance sequence, there's one thing that popped into my mind, and it probably popped into yours too. I would need to practice a lot.
Right, we could hold practices. That would be honestly a dream of mine.
Yeah.
If we held practice from 5 to 7 p.m. every night.
Yeah. Whoa, okay. I kept saying and I was not really. Well, 5 to 7.
5 to 7 was my old cheerleading practice. that's why. After school, that's why it was that's the first.
Like 3:30 to 5?
3:30 to 5 was the younger, and then when you get older, it goes to 5 to 7. So, it doesn't have to be every week. It could be once a week. We just add a little something.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Who knows? We'll see. If you're coming to the New York show, there are a couple, and I emphasize a couple of tickets left on sale. But otherwise, we're about to sell out, baby.
We're ready to go.
We are ready to go. So yeah, really excited for the rest of the week. Regularly scheduled program. No more missed shows. We will have an episode Wednesday. We will have an episode on Friday. Then we're going to LA, but we will still be putting out episodes, of course. By the way, we're saying we're going to LA, and I think when we go to LA, people expect like crazy special guests. That's not why we're going. We're going to an event that we don't usually do those things, but we thought, hey, let's do it.
Yeah. And
we'll do some other things out there, but nothing crazy. But I'm sure we'll have some good stories for the podcast because we always do when we go to LA.
I agree.
All right, let's get into the rest of the show. BravoCon was this weekend. And there is
Viva
Las Vegas. Woohoo! Viva Las Vegas.
Viva
Speaking of Viva Las
Ooh.
Vegas, Priscilla came out.
Yeah, and I feel like because they are allowed to do press, it's the only movie that exists right now.
Right. And so there's been a lot of press, and Jacob Elordi, is Elvis in the movie.
Yeah.
And I saw a clip. I didn't watch the whole interview. I saw a clip of Kelty interviewing Jacob Elordi. Kelty, our girl from Lady Gang. And I didn't like Jacob's attitude towards Kelty.
No.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know how Kelty felt about it. Didn't ask her yet.
Yeah,
but,
I didn't see it.
She asked him, about the comparison with Austin Butler, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then she asked.
He probably hates that.
Yeah,
right?
and then she asked him, like, why do you find it so easy to play troubled men? And he was like, well, I don't think they're troubled. I think they're complex. Like a very classic artistic answer. And then she said, because Kelty, like she's goofy. She likes to ask goofy questions. Her other question she asked was
right. She's like trying to keep it lighthearted, but he's taking offense a little bit.
Right. And she asked, would you rather be in the headlines for being really tall or for the handbags that you wear? And he wrote, he said, I'd rather not be in the headlines. Like very classic, like I'm an artiste answer.
Yeah.
So that reminded me of Viva Las Vegas. But BravoCon, tons of content came out of BravoCon.
Yeah,
like,
always.
Can't wait to dive into all of that. It was happening all weekend long. Taylor Swift had a big girls' night dinner on Saturday. Big showing with Brittany Mahomes, Selena Gomez, Gigi Hadid, Sophie Turner. That's what you.
I'm just making a theme song to every topic we have.
Or let's go, girls.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God, you nailed that. Shania in the room with us. Kourtney and Travis had their baby. Rocky. Wait, let's hear it. Here comes Rocky 13 Balboa Kardashian Barker. All right. And Weekly Watch Report.
You're welcome for all the musical numbers today.
It's been
Everyone's
fantastic.
ears are bleeding.
Yeah. Weekly Watch Report. weekly watch report. Yeah, weekly watch report. Hey, weekly watch report. Boom, weekly watch report. Yeah, weekly watch report. Toot, weekly watch report. Ta. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, I won't sing anymore, I promise.
Before we break out into another musical number. Yeah. Flash mob comes in. We pick up the cameras. We take it through the whole office. Okay. The holiday season is coming up, so we want to talk to you guys about Etsy. If you are like me, then you're on a mission to find handcrafted, affordable gifts made by independent sellers that really mean something to the people that you are gifting them to. I love buying gifts that I feel like are really catered to the person I'm buying the gift for, and you can find a lot of those things on Etsy. Whether you're searching for custom home pieces or you're searching for, whatever it can be. It could be, like I said, custom home pieces, linens, throw pillows, little holiday things, or personalized items, whether that be, jewelry or handbags, seasonal jackets, other type of jackets. Like, there are so many things that you can personalize beanies on Etsy. Beanies.
I just posted on my story of the beanies that I get embroidered from Etsy. They're amazing, great gifts, but also great for yourself.
Yes. A lot of gifts that I've bought people are from Etsy because I really think, personalized gifts, they're special. People feel like they are really loved when you gift them a personalized gift catered to them, and that's where Etsy comes through. If you're new to Etsy, you can use the code HOLIDAY10 for 10% off your first purchase. That's code HOLIDAY10, maximum discount value of $50, expires December 31st, 2023. So this is all holiday season long. See terms at etsy.com/terms for handcrafted and affordable gifts for everyone on your list. Etsy has it. Shop etsy.com. Once again, HOLIDAY10 expires December 31st. Go to Etsy, shop etsy.com.
BravoCon. I'm not doing it.
No. Topics?
Greg, tease.
Yep, you knew it. Woo. Yep, okay. BravoCon. So we're going to go show by show here because there's a lot to dive into. I want to start off with Vanderpump Rules because I think people were very interested in all of them being on stage together. We got a first look at the new season of Vanderpump Rules that airs in January. Right. Very dramatic.
First look. It was like
it was like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
First look, very dramatic trailer. The trailer, broken glass, like it was intense.
Yeah.
And then, we see a little bit of the season, which misleads you, right? Because immediately you're thinking, oh, Sheena is jumping ship. She's friends with Sandoval. I don't really think that's what happens. But common theme this past weekend was the fact that, number one, they had the Vanderpump panel. Okay. Yeah. They all sat down together. Ariana was asked, the classic questions. Have you forgiven Sandoval?
Yeah.
No, she's very set that this man will never be forgiven.
Yep.
Sandoval showing no remorse. It's actually insane. Lisa Vanderpump said, she was interviewed on the red carpet and she was asked, if you could change anybody's outfit. And she was like, Sandoval. He showed no humility.
Yeah,
he was wearing no shirt.
He looked terrible.
He was wearing a long skirt. And
hated that outfit so much. And then he was doing push-ups.
Push-ups against James Kennedy. James. The whole thing. Lala said she, not that it's respect that she has for Sandoval, but kind of in the fact that he still showed up, he still does his shows, he still goes on with his life. And she said, if I was him, I would tell you all to fuck off.
Yeah.
So Lala has kind of a change of pace from the, pitbull attitude she had when the reunion first aired. And that was hot off the press, right after it happened. She has cooled down.
Which I do kind of understand. It's obviously for Ariana, you're holding on to that and it doesn't go away. But for everybody else, you kind of have to move on with your life. You just can't keep that energy all the time.
Right. You can't hold, it's not good to hold things, especially in your body.
And not whatever, be friends with him, but just don't care about him.
Right. Okay.
Whereas that, him, he is just irrelevant to my life.
Right. Indifferent. You know what? Scum ass.
Totally.
But we got to move on from this.
Yep.
And she said she was interviewed on the red, the carpet as well, and she said, like, listen, what he did was disgusting. Everybody knows that. She was like, he's not the first to do it. He's not the last. Like, we need to, like you said, we all need to just like forget about him.
Yep.
Brock talked, and people have been having a problem with Brock. He said, I'm still friends with Sandoval. I enjoy my conversations with him. And then the crowd booed. And then I think it was Schwartz who was like, don't be the mob. Don't be the mob. And so it seems like there's a little bit of I think we'll see it play out over the season, because then the next day, James Kennedy called Lala out for hanging out in Sandoval's suite.
Right.
She did not hang out in Sandoval's suite. It was Sheena.
Sheena, yeah.
And Sandoval posted an Instagram story where you can see Sheena in the background. And then, Ariana expressed how she thought that was weird. I think people can agree with that. Like, you're not totally thrilled with seeing one of your best friends hang out with this guy late night in the suite with, a couple people. And
it is just kind of funny that, like, literally nobody wants to be seen with him. Like, I even saw that Olivia from Southern Charm was seen leaving the club but she was like, no. I was there for Paige's birthday, and we just so happened to walk out at the same time. And I noticed that we were walking out at the same time. I saw people notice that, and I went, uh-oh.
Yeah. Immediately in your head, you're like, oh, this is not good.
Oh, fuck. Like, no. This is not what it looks like.
Classic case of the same timing.
Yeah, you're just like, fuck it. It's just like, everyone's like, I can't walk. You can't walk anywhere with that guy.
Right, exactly. It's like a death wish. So I think, So then Sheena and Brock were asked about it, and Sheena and Brock were both like, we were at the club, or we were at the root, whatever. And then, it closed down, and we said, we'll go to the penthouse. We didn't know who was staying in the penthouse. Turned out it was Sandoval. I don't believe they didn't know who was staying in the penthouse. Everybody knows who's staying in the penthouse. And they went, and Sheena said that she had conversations with Sandoval about how her and Brock had conversations with Sandoval about how they really did not like some of the stuff he was saying about Ariana all weekend.
Right.
And it's kind of like,
I see he called her a booty head.
I didn't see that.
There was something
I saw. He said he was asked about the lightning bolt necklace, and he said Ariana ripped it off his neck. Ariana was asked about that. She said she did not rip it off his neck. So conflicting reports about that. Some of the comments he makes. It's like, you really show no remorse, and people would I don't even know if I understand the word, but if he was like, listen, like, I am just so sorry. Like, if he just kept saying, I'm so sorry. And like, I will always be sorry. But he has like a nasty attitude about it. Like, when he's asked questions. And so that, it does not help him whatsoever. This was interesting. So Katie and Schwartz were obviously at the panel, and they were asked who's single, and Katie raised her hand, and Lala and other people raised their hand, and they were asked, like, if you have interest with anybody, and Katie said, I want to go outside the friend group. I want to go outside the Bravo group. And Schwartz, and then she said, no more Toms. And then Schwartz said, hi, Katie, you look fabulous. And quickly she said, you look like a couch. And so people went nuts over this, right? When I first saw it, I was like, wow, that was quick. He did look like a couch. Then I watched the live of
where did I get
the live panel.
Yes,
a different panel with just the girls of Vanderpump, and Katie was asked, like, oh, that was quick, like, how'd you come up with that? And she said that she didn't actually come up with it. She saw Schwartz that morning, and Schwartz said, hi, I look like a couch. And Katie was like, oh, yeah, you do look like a couch. And then so she used what he said about himself against him. She was like, he walked right into it. He said it to me in the morning. And then you could see Sheena and Ariana were like, oh, like, we thought you came up with that yourself. And like, she still used it. She didn't have to admit that Schwartz said it about himself. She could have ran with that on her own. But it was still quick, and she was able to use what Schwartz said about himself to him. But people thought that she so I thought it was funny that she cleared that up later on.
Stank face.
Oh yeah, he said that she has a stank face. Yeah. Like, obviously she has a stank face when it comes to you. You think she's gonna sit there with a smile, like looking at you? Like she doesn't like you. You disgust her. So that was mainly Vanderpump. What I saw, Lala, a little flirtation with Captain Jason.
Yeah.
So Andy said
they posted a picture.
Yeah, Andy said his goal for the weekend was for Captain Jason to end up with anybody.
Anybody. Yeah, I mean, Andy's honestly praying for any cross Bravo hookup, any cross show hookup, because I feel like that's always what gets people freaking out.
For BravoCon especially. And he was like, I just want anyone to end up with Captain Jason. Captain Jason was asked, and I thought this was interesting. Someone was like, what about Lindsay? And he was like, well, Lala Kent is here and Olivia Flowers. So he was like, and then, what triangle would you want to be a part of? And he was like, Lala Kent and Olivia. So he clearly had his eyes set.
No, he had mentioned Lala multiple times.
Yeah. So they met and they posted a picture together, which I thought was cute. And
they make a handsome couple.
They would be a good looking couple.
And I feel like he is like up Lala's alley. I feel like he's like a little, like a rugged older guy. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, because he seems like a stand-up guy to me, and I feel like...
Oh, well, yes, definitely.
I feel like he seems like a real stand-up guy, and I don't know if Lala... Well, we've no Randall.
I just meant solely
like,
looks-wise.
Yeah, and James Kennedy. Like, I'm not like,
No, yes, for sure. I just meant looks-wise.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of, maybe I'm missing something, but that was what I saw from Vanderpump.
I mean, it's hard to really also get into there's 9 million panels. There's quotes all over the place. You can only touch on so many things.
And then Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kyle let it slip. She said divorce.
She did use the word divorce.
Mauricio. People caught on to that so quick. She didn't catch on to it herself.
Yeah.
She just kept moving along.
Yeah.
So now people are like, okay, this is...
Right. She cried on the panel.
Yeah, this is a divorce that's happening. And a lot... I was kind of surprised. Like, I thought Kyle was really liked. But I saw mixed audience, reactions. Let me say something about the audience this year. Whoa. The audience had some fucking balls on them this year.
And there were some questions asked, too, that was like, whoa.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the fan questions, I was like, damn, these people think they're a part of the show.
Yeah.
It was like troll comments come to life.
Right.
And I guess that's what makes for a good, BravoCon and a good for a live show, to have like those juicy questions asked. What you see online gets asked in real life. But I was like, man, the balls on these people. You think they hide behind the computers? They're standing right up and asking these questions.
It's true.
Holy shit. So the audience surprised me as well.
Dorit denied any split rumors about her and PK. There was a blind item on Dumois that was like they've broken up and like all these things. There's been rumors about them. So she denied anything about that. Erica has like some special coming out next year. Some kind of 2-part special.
It's a spinoff.
But that seems like she's pushing that. Carl and Lindsay saw each other for the first time for the Summer House panel.
Summer House, Lindsay and Carl. Lindsay was asked. Lindsay said that she was nervous.
Yeah.
Carl said he was nervous as well. There wasn't too much discussion about them, actually.
No. Because it's hard, because obviously it's all happened and everybody wants to know, but the show hasn't aired yet. So it's like, I'm sure Bravo doesn't want to give a ton away, but we all know it's happened. So it's like they all know it's happened. They kind of have to tiptoe, like revealing anything or too much. Like Carl kept saying in interviews, like, I think when you watch, you'll see, because Lindsay said she was blindsided and Carl was like, I think when people watch, like it won't seem like she was blindsided. Like, I don't know. So it's hard to discuss when the show isn't out.
Yeah, I will say that everyone's looking great. You know what I mean? Maybe the breakup was for the best for both of them, because I think that they both look like they're in good spirits.
Yeah.
I was
Carl's gone back to Loverboy.
I was shocked. I saw an interview where Carl said this has been harder than his brother's passing.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
And I can't speak on how anybody feels.
Yeah.
That's Carl's own feelings.
Right, to each their own.
But I was stunned to see that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a wild thing to
bold statement,
but very bold
sure.
statement to say that about your brother's passing.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's how he feels,
I guess if that's how he feels, right? You can't speak on how somebody feels, but I was shocked to see that. And Real Housewives of New Jersey,
split panels.
A chant broke out to fire Teresa.
Yeah,
when it was Jeff Lewis and Andy on stage.
Yeah,
and
ask Andy.
Andy was just like, all right, calm down. Like he was like, whatever. Jeff Lewis was like, you can't fire Teresa. Like, that's where the ratings come in.
I mean, not to like be on the fire Teresa side, but I just really don't know how they are going to keep doing the show with the two of them together, or the three of them if you count Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what they're saying. That of course, you know, it's Teresa. She is obviously like the main person on the show, but they cannot be in the same room together. Like, they couldn't even be on the same panel. Carl and Lindsay just fucking broke an engagement. They're Aria and Tom. They're all on stage together promoting their show. Teresa and Louis and Joe and Melissa like can't even be on stage together. So it's just how are they expected to film a reality show that is cohesive and like fun for the viewer to watch when these two people literally cannot stand each other? Teresa was like, there is no reconciliation with my brother. It has passed. Like, it's done.
She's a chapter closed.
There's like everybody's claiming that Melissa now is spreading some rumor that Louis was trying to date Alexia from Real Housewives of Miami. I don't know. It's messy. It's always messy.
It's always going to be messy with them. I saw hilarious. Lala was asked, she was playing one of those games and she was asked like who would least would least want to be stuck in an elevator with.
Yeah.
And she said Teresa and specifically Louis. She was like, that is my biggest nightmare. Which I thought was hilarious because I think people expect her to say Sandoval, but I think she's moving like past that a little bit. But yeah, those were the major things. Bryn's shoes got stuck in the escalator.
That was very
coming
funny.
down. I thought Bryn looked stunning,
incredible,
gorgeous,
so many great outfits.
All weekend.
Obviously, Paige crushed it in all her outfits.
Yeah,
I
everyone had
BravoCon. Birthday and BravoCon is a double whammy
in Vegas. Birthday in Vegas.
Yeah.
BravoCon must have been a night.
Yeah.
Like really just a fun time.
Totally.
Everyone looked fantastic.
Loved the
and
fits.
Just a ton of stuff came out of this weekend, which I thought watching from home, I was very intrigued. And I even watched a lot of the live panels on TikTok because if you scroll, they just kept coming up.
I know.
So I just got stuck watching the live. Well, they were broadcasting live themselves.
Yeah,
like,
I think they're all on Peacock too.
They were on Peacock.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Our favorite streaming service.
Listen, I watched an 8-episode show on Peacock this week. So, all right, let's get into the next topic. Taylor Swift. Girls' dinner Saturday night. She went out with Brittany Mahomes, Selena Gomez, Gigi Hadid, Sophie Turner. I think
Cara Delevingne.
I think Cara Delevingne made an appearance. This was a statement after the article, the Page 6 article came out last week that Selena Gomez does not support Taylor Swift. She's too worried about her gallivanting around New York City. What does Selena Gomez do? She joined her to gallivant around New York City. I, for one, was disgusted. The Haim sisters must be sick. No, I'm kidding. I was so glad to see this. What's better than like a nice girls' dinner like this? Like just a fun Saturday night out where you're just nothing better than a dinner, drinks, dancing. The best combination that there is for a night out. Because we saw that they got dinner, they got drinks, and then they crashed Simon Huck's birthday party and danced the night away there. That's my ideal night. Dinner, drinks, dancing.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that order, and a pre-drink before dinner.
Yeah. I was laughing too at like the zoomed in pictures of like, and what a time that they had, I'm sure. And I would just to be a fly on the wall, which I say every single time, but it never leaves my mind. And some might say maybe even my Roman Empire that the Jonas Brothers have dated all of these women.
It's crazy.
You know, it's
crazy.
just crazy when you think about it. Like when they were walking out, I was like, Taylor, Gigi, Sophie, all dated Joe Jonas. Selena dated Nick. Like they're just all of them when they walk, it's just, I'm like, damn, the fucking Jonas Brothers, man.
It's crazy.
They just have dated the most beautiful, amazing women.
Collection, and they're a friend group.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're all besties. They all hang out. And it just, every time I see it, I think about it. I'm like, damn, fucking Joe Jonas, man.
So a while back, or this past year, Selena Gomez unfollowed Gigi Hadid on Instagram.
Right. Because
when she did her cleansing.
And there was also rumors that Selena was dating Zayn.
But now listen, if they're all dating Joe Jonas and they're all dating I don't think they care who dates who at this point. I think they're all like, whatever. But it was just they were all smiling, laughing, looked like a fun girls' night out. Yeah. And I think everybody can appreciate that from afar and go, wow, that seemed like a fun night.
And, I will say, and I think maybe I don't know exactly who, but I know that I saw some people saying, like, obviously we recognize Brittany Mahomes, but that there were some other wags as well. So I just think it's so nice that Taylor is bringing her, her girl gang of her big, A-list celeb friends and her newfound friends in the Chiefs wag community, and bringing them all together and having fun and going out and having a good time. The boys are playing in Germany. We're going out for some sushi. Like we're going out to dinner.
Because I think people expected them to go to Germany.
Yeah. She's got to go to her show soon, November 9th.
Why not just have a little girls' night in New York City?
Yep.
Let the boys go play football.
Exactly.
Let the boys go throw the rock around.
Yep. And we'll gossip and have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Quick update.
To be a fly on the wall, man.
Yeah. Quick update. Kourtney and Travis had their baby.
They did. I'm very happy. Congratulations. I just, on a serious note for them, I feel like Kourtney's been very open about wanting to have a baby with Travis. Their desire to have a baby. She has showed on the show like the many things she's put her body through to try and get to this point, and for that to happen for her is great and very exciting. And I'm sure they could not be happier.
Yes.
That they were able to have this baby, and congrats to them.
Yes, huge congratulations to them. Very happy. I noticed that there's so many birthdays all in the same week.
Yeah, a lot. Kendall, Chris,
Caitlin, Rocky.
Rocky Barker is a pretty sick name, I'm not going to lie. If you kind of ignore the whole number thing.
Yeah, I love the name Rocky. It's just the 13 that throws me off.
Yeah.
But hey, if he just goes by Rocky.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that wraps up the topics. We'll get into the weekly watch report.
Rain and Rocky, they're going to wreak havoc together.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
This weekly watch report is brought to you by Coors Light. The holidays are full of get-togethers and celebrations, but in between all the excitement, it's important to pause and make time for the little moments too. Like when the party's sitting down, you get to crack open a beer with a few good friends. Those are the moments that are made to chill. So take a second or two to chill this holiday season with Coors Light, the beer that's made to chill. You can take a break from that holiday hustle. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to chill. So when you need to hit reset, just open a Coors Light. It's a mountain cold refreshment. I will say that's my favorite part of a party, especially a holiday party. Busy, a lot of people around. You're talking, you're mingling. And then when it starts to come to the end of the night, you can actually sit down, maybe crack open a nice ice cold Coors Light, talk with your friends, really hear people. It is the best way to enjoy a Coors Light. So make time to chill this holiday season and reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado.
Welcome back to the Weekly Watch Report, where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday. 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 Finally.
That's a nice sound.
Finally!
You watch some TV?
I mean, I always watch TV. It's not that I don't watch TV. It's that I have been struggling to find...
You found something you like.
A good show.
Yeah.
That I am, that's not reality TV, right. And that's not, this is like, I'll just read my list. Okay. I watched Based on a True Story from Peacock. I watched all 8 episodes. It's with Haley Cuoco and why am I blanking on the guy's name? He plays the doctor in the Mindy Project.
Yeah.
You know,
Danny from the Mindy Project.
Yes.
He was also in the newsroom. Do you ever watch that?
This is the show that
Chris
is
Messina.
Chris Messina. That's like about a podcast mystery.
Let me tell you, it's nothing like Only Murders.
Okay.
It's actually when Noah said it's exactly
I didn't
like
say that. I said it's very, very similar. Because what I remembered from it was it's about a podcast.
It's
about
the only thing that
there's a murder, there's a podcast. It's kind of similar.
Noah just went from very, very similar to kind of similar. 2 different descriptions.
Yeah, he said it's very, very similar to Only Murders. I wouldn't say it. I would say the only similarity is that there is a podcast.
Okay.
About murders. But it's wildly different. I very much enjoyed it. This is like my kind of show where there's a great plot that's semi-serious, right? Like it's about murders, but it's funny and also suspenseful, and and mystery, right? Like it's funny. It has all the elements that I really enjoy in a TV show. So I was hooked after the first episode. I watched all 8 episodes. I'm gonna give it a B, a solid B. I really enjoyed it. Towards the end, there was a couple of things I could do without. No, you watched it. The dreams, are you remembering the?
I'm trying to remember. Like
dreams.
Yeah, like fantasies.
Yeah, the fantasy dreams that would randomly happen towards the end of the season.
Yeah,
totally have nothing to do with the show.
Yeah, I feel like toward the end I started to tail off too.
Like I was like, these don't matter. Like there was just certain things towards the end. I was like, these don't matter to the plot of the show. You horny freaks. Like, no judgment. We're all horny. But I meant for the show's purpose.
Yeah.
Some of these things I just felt like it wasn't necessary for the plot of the show. And I can't say, I don't want to spoil too much just in case people watch. It came out in June, so maybe some have watched by now. But it was more just like they would it's about a married couple, and then randomly the married couples would have fantasies and like whatever about other people.
Are Kaylee Cuoco and Chris Messina married?
They're married. Okay. And they would randomly have like fantasy thoughts about other people. But if that had anything to do with like the show's plot, then it would make sense to me why that was happening.
Right.
But like that would happen, and then like then nothing would happen in the show having to do with that. So I was like, all right, interesting. But besides that, I very much
did get renewed for a second season.
It did.
Oh.
Which I am excited about because it definitely left a lot of cliffhangers.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a while before we get any of these shows. So
that's the truth.
That was a downer.
I did hear that this week. Not that it's gonna happen, but that they're like having talks and like it's looking better. I guess.
Better. I mean, the last thing I saw from the news cycle was that that SAG they left the table.
But when was that? Because they
a couple of weeks ago.
No, they rejoined the table on Saturday, I think. Yeah,
rejoined discussions, negotiations. Yeah. All right, well, fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed because it's going to be a while before anybody gets their next seasons of their shows.
The writers are back, but
and
no
also
actors.
Just people's jobs in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, really enjoyed that one. So thank you, Noah, for the recommendation. That one was.
I feel like I didn't even recommend it because
a while ago you brought it up.
You did. You said you
watched it.
And
then when I saw it, I was like,
yeah.
And then I took another one of your recommendations. I watched Lessons in Chemistry. I watched the first 2 episodes. Have the same thought that you had when you watched the first 2. Interested. Needs to pick up the pace a little bit.
It will.
Noah had said to me, I watched episode 3 because last week when I was like, oh, I think everybody's talking about episode 3, because it is a very, very, very popular book, and I said I think I just saw like comments of like, oh, episode 3. I haven't watched it all yet, and Noah confirmed to me, he was like, yeah, episode 3.
So it gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like
it picks up very fast.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a C+ for now.
Fair
for just the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So, and then I watched only the first episode of Love Island Games. there's only 3 out. I'm pretty sure.
4
or
now.
now there's 4.
Yep.
But when I only watched the first episode. I'm gonna give that a C+ as well. I think there's potential, and I think it'll pick up. But that's my thoughts on it for now. I'm really loving Curtis back on the screen.
Same.
Like, it really brings me back.
I just think like I feel like I'm watching a fever dream, having all these people like interact with each other.
It's crazy.
And I think maybe that's just why I love it so much already, because I'm just like, I can't believe I'm watching like Selly and Toby like be a couple. Like I'm like, what am I watching? Like how do these people don't know each other?
Yeah.
They can't talk.
Right, you're like, how could
they possibly be talking to each other?
Different universes.
Yeah.
They're crossing over.
It's
like That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana.
Totally. I feel like I'm watching fucking Spider-Man talk to the other Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what is happening?
And then, so I watched that. You know how TikTok posts, and we've talked about this, where they post like clips of TV shows, movies, whatever.
It's like part 2.
Whatever. So like the first episode of Hannah Montana came up on my TikTok in parts. And I was like, I need to go watch this first episode again. Like, I have to go watch the first episode of Hannah
Blue in the first episode?
Yes.
Yeah, with the ketchup?
Yeah, and then he goes and meets Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
I had to go back and watch the first episode because I was like, this was a fucking great first episode of a kids TV show when you were younger. And I watched that, and then I watched the episodes where she reveals herself. Because I was like, I need the first, I need the last.
Yeah.
Just to bring me some comfort when I was falling ill of a high fever. And it reminded me of being sick as a kid. Because I was like, oh my God, I'm really sick right now and I'm watching Hannah Montana. But I just need something comforting.
I understand.
And I just thought it was funny to go back and watch. And then my TikTok knew that I was watching Hannah Montana and fed me videos of Tracy, nasally Tracy from Hannah Montana. This video that made me fucking die laughing, where she apparently made this years ago, where she was like, what's my real voice? And then she did every accent in the book. And so nobody knows what her real voice sounds like. And I wasn't expecting any of it. And I was like, man, it is crazy how your phone just knows. Like, why is Tracy from Hannah Montana popping up on my TikTok right now in her nasally voice, but then not nasally voice?
Sometimes I really like, sometimes you actively watch stuff and it comes up and like that makes sense. It's like, oh, whatever, you played Hannah Montana, it like knows. It all knows. But sometimes I have thoughts in my head.
Yes.
And then it gives me the video. Like the other day I have a Dyson and I was looking at it and I was like, in my head, I was like, gosh, I don't really know how to clean this thing. And it's starting to get a little dusty in the filter. Like, how do I clean this? Did not Google anything. Did not speak it out loud. Thought it in my head. Scrolling TikTok later on, how to clean your Dyson Airwrap. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's creepy. That does happen a lot.
I know, it happens all the time.
And you're just like, wait.
It's like, I didn't say this out loud.
And it's like, it's kind of helpful, but it's also scary.
Yeah, you're like, wait, thanks, but also at the same time.
Right, exactly. I'm like, okay, I mean, I did need to know how to clean my Dyson, but
yeah.
But how did you know this? Crazy.
Speaking of Dyson, I got the Shark yesterday.
I saw your stories.
Well, people are like, I wrote that I couldn't justify buying the Dyson, and people were like, oh, you can't justify buying the Dyson. It was more just like, I've never used, like, I don't want to start off buying the Dyson when I don't know if I like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, you can return it.
Right. No, I know. But the Dyson is very expensive. And the Shark does the same job that the Dyson has for way less money. So why not get the Shark? And so I got the Shark and it's fantastic.
I also think like for different hair too, like the Dyson doesn't have like a big round brush attachment. I think they might be coming out with one if I saw. Like it's a small round brush attachment. You have long, thick hair. Like I think you need a bigger barrel.
Yeah, it was a
round
big
brush.
It was a big thing, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. So if people are debating, go with either the Dyson or the Shark. They're both great.
I love my Dyson, to be honest,
and I love my Shark.
Yeah. So to each their own.
Yep. All right, those are the things I watched.
What did you grade Hannah Montana?
Oh, am I gonna grade it? A+.
The first and last episode. Okay, I watched
for a when you're like the. it didn't get better and more talented than Miley Cyrus.
Amen.
It didn't. Like, wow, what a talent.
I finished Get Gotti, the last 2 episodes. Thought it was good. I'll give the whole series C+. I was intrigued. I honestly wish there was more. Like, I feel like I didn't get all the info.
I was surprised when it ended.
You know, like it ended and I was like, damn, I want to know. Like, it led me to like Googling the rest of his family, like doing other. I was like, I want to know what happened with his family, like what happened after he went to jail, all those things. Like, I just felt like there's so much more they could have done. That could have been like an 8-part series. On Halloween, I watched Ghostbusters for the first time.
Wow.
Never seen the original Ghostbusters.
Who are they gonna call?
Ghostbusters. Great movie, obviously, great cast. Highly regarded movie, you know, everybody loves it, everybody talks about it. It's very well reviewed. I give it an A. It's a good movie. Of course, now obviously you watch movies from like the late 80s, I think.
That was 84.
Yeah, or okay. So, you know, the technology is funny, right? Like the monsters, ghosts, everything is objectively funny. But, you know, great cast, very funny movie. Loved it.
What'd you give that?
I gave it an A.
Oh, yeah.
Real Housewives of New York, Miami, and Beverly Hills. I all watched. New York was part 2 of the reunion. It's the end of season 1 of New York. Thought they had a successful season. It was a good reunion. I'll give part 2 like a C+. It was, you know, it's fine. I was entertained, but wasn't like, oh my God.
My throat just made a noise. Sorry.
I heard that.
I did hear that also, I will say.
A frog in my throat.
Yeah. Beverly Hills episode 2 was fun. I'd be fine. I'd give it a C. You know, we're in the period now waiting for like the drama to happen.
I also watched.
Yeah, there was the Dorit
throw a C
surprise.
on there for me too.
Yeah.
I watched Beverly Hills.
Dorit surprise anniversary from PK. They did the whole Pretty Woman thing, which, you know, objectively funny. They were like, of all the movies. And I mean, I could definitely understand why there maybe people are watching this. Like, PK and Dorit don't seem like they're in a great place right now. But powering through it. And Sutton's trying to go on dates. She met with the matchmaker. Tough go for Sutton. Yeah. Same with Garcelle. Garcelle's son doesn't want to live with her. That's, you know, also not tough as well. Real Housewives of Miami. Miami like might be my favorite Housewives franchise. I love these crazy ladies. They crack me up. I will give this a B. The first episode, they're back. I mean, the way they were screaming at each other at this reunion last season, and Alexia's like, oh, you know, I watched back and I don't think that was great and I'm going to get all these women back together. It's like, obviously they have to get back together and start filming again, of who's going to be there, who's not. Fucking Adriana, like, just, she's just like not some of the things she does, it just makes me laugh. I'm like, how did you think this was a good idea? Like, she showed up to her conversation with Alexia with a white flag that she was like waving and a full like hippie outfit, peace signs on the outfit. She went full 70s peace. She's waving the white flag, and immediately does that, and then the next scene is like talking shit about Alexia behind her back again. They just can't help themselves. Love Island Games, I fucking loved. I absolutely loved. I am tuning in rapidly. Like, I might not be watching live, but I am watching on Peacock. I'm up to date. I watched Sunday night. I'm locked in. Like I said, everyone's always asked for those bizarre challenges to mean something.
Right.
And they just gave us a show where they mean something.
They finally mean something.
It's like, you know, they're not doing crazy. I mean, maybe it'll change, but as so far in the 4 episodes, the competitions are still the same kind of shit where they're like spitting juice into each other's mouths and then pouring it into a bottle and like doing shit like that. Weird obstacle courses. But they actually mean something. And there's just so many silly things. Like, they brought 2 new people in. They had to duel. There's like, it It's just ridiculous, and I love it. And like I already said, putting all these people on a show together, like seeing Callum talk to Liberty, talk to Johnny, like it's just, I don't know why. It just brings a smile to my face seeing these people all interact. None of them have any real shot of working in the real world. Like I do think there's a big prize, $100,000. $100,000, it's a lot. So for them, I think, a lot of people want to win, and it's a lot of money. Because realistically, you have couples that just don't live near each other at all. But it is fun to watch. I love seeing those UK boys back on my screen. They're my favorite. Curtis is a great addition. Toby, I love. Jack, I feel like, I don't know, maybe love Jack's season. I don't remember him being such a personality. He's so funny. Love him. Cute boy. He's great. He's entertaining. So Love Island Games, I'm giving a B+. I am locked in. Loving it for sure.
You can enjoy endless fun at Bolero with unlimited bowling specials all week long. The perfect way to roll into fun and excitement every night of the week, Monday through Friday. Bolero is the #1 place to bowl, party, eat, and save. Now you can enjoy unlimited bowling and food and beverage specials all week long. The fun never stops on the lane, so don't miss out. Find a location near you at Bolero.com. Visit a Bolero near you and take advantage of unlimited bowling Monday through Friday night. Head on over to Bolero.com and find a place near you. You can find a location near you at Bolero.com. This is a fun activity if you want to do something, competitive, fun, drinks, food, gets the people going, but isn't anything too crazy, but you're still going to have a blast. Find a location near you at Bolero.com.
Selling Sunset. I can't quit this show. I just can't.
I plan on watching. I just didn't yet.
Yeah, I just can't quit this show. I watched the whole new season. All 11, 12 episodes, however many it is. I give it a C. Like, it's on. It's just the perfect show to, when I saw it was out, I was like, yes. Because on Saturday, I did not want to do anything. And it was the perfect show for me to like have on, but not really have to pay too much attention to, but just play through the whole season. They're always, Chrishell has had a interesting character development, some might say. Started off as like sweet, innocent Southern girl married to the big star, and now she is like taking no shit, not talking to people she doesn't want to talk to. She did reveal that she and G did get married. That was legit, but she didn't want to share that with the rest of the group on the show. Bree, I like a lot because I also think she takes no shit. And every season, it cracks me up. Every single season, they find a person that
the air quotes
that all of a sudden wants to be in real estate, but could also stir the drama in the group. Where it's like they go to a broker's deal or whatever the fuck they're called, Brokers Open in Cabo, because now our short kings have opened up an office in Cabo.
Why wouldn't they?
Cabo market's hot right now.
Yes.
So they're at this house in Cabo, and this woman just walks up. She's like, "Oh my God, Bree, is that you?" And like just infiltrates the group immediately. Bree's like, "I don't know this girl." Immediately is like, "I don't want to be friends with her." But Chelsea takes her under her wing. All of a sudden, I forget the girl's name, Christine, something like that. Chelsea brings her under her wing. All of a sudden, this girl's at every other event. She's showing up everywhere. She's stirring the pot. Bree is annoyed. She's mad. She's like, "I don't want to be around this girl." They're fighting. And Chelsea's like, the other girl's like, "Yeah, I work for this brokerage in Beverly Hills, like high profile clients, been doing it for 8 months or so, whatever." Chelsea's like, "You would be a great fit in the Oppenheim group." Like, it's like all of a sudden I'm like, are we casting for a reality show or are we hiring new employees?
No, it's a reality show.
It's just funny because that's just like the way they hire people as employees and reality stars at the same time is very funny. Mary, I felt bad for because she and Romaine did get pregnant and she had a miscarriage, which was very sad, which she shared on the show. You know, Mary and Romaine had their doubters. I think we were definitely some of them at the beginning, but they are still together. They are trying to start a family, so wish them the best. And I think Jason and his girlfriend are broken up now. Mari-Lou, I don't think they made it. But she was causing some drama this season as well. But it's like a C. Like I said, it's fun. It's entertaining. You're watching. But it's like, I can't believe I'm still watching this show after 7 seasons.
Is any of this real? Probably not.
Yeah, exactly. Reunion comes out next week. Will I be watching? Yes.
Yes.
And then I was flying through season 3 of Suits. So good. Season 3 was really pulling me in. I found myself staying up too late Saturday night, being next, watching. So I'll give that a B+. Really enjoyed Suits season. Really enjoying Suits season 3. And that's everything I watched.
All right. I have it right here. Okay, I watched Lessons in Chemistry episodes 3 to 5. I actually am very much enjoying this show. I've never been the biggest Brie Larson fan, but she's doing a great job.
Great actress.
Yeah.
Great. I just like the story more than anything.
Yeah, it's a good story.
And now I'm getting to the part where she's actually becoming the TV host and everything, which is very interesting.
I'm sorry, my thought just went Lessons in Chemistry is a book, which then made me think of books. Brittany? Are you going to buy it?
Put me on the spot in the middle of the show.
No, I was just going to ask. It's just a genuine question.
Yes, but I ended up getting very sick and I couldn't. Could not focus.
I'm not asking. Oh my God, I'm not asking if you read it. I'm asking if it was purchased.
I ordered it.
Yeah, there you go. That one.
But I just feel I got called on a teacher.
I did not think that you
so fucking sick. I could not read a book.
I did not ask. I was not asking you if you read all of the Britney book while you had the flu. That's not what I was asking you.
Okay, good. I seriously was oh my God, I just got called on.
No, I was not. That was not a book report due tomorrow. Sorry, Noah. Keep going.
Okay, so I'll give that a B-. I'm invested in that show now. I watched the morning show. I'm still watching that. And I gave it a very bad review last time, and I saw that people were disagreeing with me.
Yeah, because people have been liking this season.
People really like this new season.
Yeah. And I watched...
Hey, don't fall to peer pressure.
No, I won't. And this isn't affecting my grade, or they're not affecting my grade, but I watched 8 and 9, and I like those more than... I'm starting to get more invested in the storyline. Still not great.
How many episodes do they do a season? 10?
I don't know.
More
what
than
the
10?
usual is, but
I'm only just saying that because I would assume 8 and 9 would be towards the end of a season.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm more invested in it. I'll give it a C+. I'm still not it's worth watching, but it's not blowing my mind. And I think the past seasons before this, I think they're just running out of ideas.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I picked back up on Suits. I watched a couple episodes, season 5, episode 7 and 9. It's really it's good. It's just I just feel like I'm Suitsed out. I don't know.
Hey, it's fair. It comes and goes. I go 2 weeks with watching I'll go 2 weeks with watching 2 episodes and kind of taking a break and watching something else. And then Saturday, I think I watched 11. I watched 10 episodes of Suits.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about jumping back in because I feel like enough time has passed where I'm not so Suitsed out anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, I went through a few
heavy
weeks
binge like that is hard. There's so many seasons. You got to take a break or mix in other stuff.
3 or 4 nonstop, and then season 5 is taking me months. But I'll give that a C+ as well.
Yeah, the beginning of season 3, definitely I probably watched 1 through 5 in the matter of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was flying through.
Sometimes, right now, I'm finding it hard to find someone to, root for. They're kind of all shitty right now.
That happens in a lot of TV shows. I mean, the show
peaks and valleys.
The show based on a true story. It's how am I going to root for any of these fucking people? But at the same time, I am rooting for them. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm morally confused.
I watched this new movie on Apple TV called Fingernails. I don't
I
know
keep
if you've
seeing
heard
the promo for that.
Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White's in it.
Jeremy Allen White's barely in it. Like the way
But
they're
they
promoting
put him
it,
in the
I know.
main promo
You
of
would
everything.
think that he's like in it, like as a main. I mean,
he's on like the posters.
I know, and it's like him. What's his name? Yeah, Riz Ahmed. Like all great actors. I mean, Luke Wilson. Like, I don't know what I was expecting because I read the.
That's the guy from Sound of Metal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I read the description.
Oh, Annie Murphy from Schitt's Creek.
I don't know. I didn't watch Schitt's
I'm looking
Creek.
at the cast now.
Oh, I do recognize her, yeah. But it is like a Black Mirror type movie, and I just really didn't like it. I just was so bored, and it was just weird, and yeah, I can't really recommend that to anyone. But you know, so I'll give that a D+.
It's fine.
I was expecting like Oscar, and that's just
And it was
not what I
opposite.
got.
I mean, I kind of
maybe
feel like
people will like it, but like the whole premise is that if you take your if you take a sample of your fingernail, or you take your full fingernail off, they can do this weird test that basically tells you if you and the person you're with are in love. And so then the whole thing is like people trying to like
Right.
Match fingernails.
No, they're like, you can go to this like company or building and they can help you like become more in love by doing all these like things, and then you keep testing. So like you keep hoping that your score goes up. Just
so. What did you say?
D+.
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 Yeah, I mean that's pretty. It has a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
parallel.
Yeah.
No, but like not like that. 64 is
I
like
think 64 is better than
is
D+.
high than like in my
our
mind
ranking
like
system.
in our ranking system it's F. It like the next
Like,
level is
Hey,
F,
under a
which is-
60 is
No,
it
no,
under
no.
a
If I was
60?
given like a Rotten Tomatoes, I would give it like a 30.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't
Oh,
compare.
well, I mean, I kind of feel like that's what.
Just
I
because
don't
like
know.
I'm going from like 0
But
to
that's how I
100
think
in my
about like when
rankings.
I give something a C, like I'm thinking it's like a 70.
No, I know. I think 70's high.
I think
I
C-
think the number.
C for me would be like a B. Like,
I
We are
think-
all on different
like
grading.
80s.
We are all on different grading
I
scales.
think the
there.
1 to 100 rating scale is different. Than I know it doesn't make sense if we're going by school grades,
yeah, it doesn't make sense.
but I just think
like if I'm giving something a C, I think it's, or then it's like kind of like almost, I don't know, honestly. I'm so confused. I don't know our ranking
What
system.
if you're giving it a C, you're giving it like an average. You're saying it's like a 50 out of 100.
I don't even know anymore. My head's spinning. I thought I had.
I'm just when I grade, I normally think parallel to what the number would be.
I
I'm
don't at
not,
all.
That's not even crossing my mind.
Yeah, me either at all.
I'm just going
Because
school.
right below D is F, so that F to me is 0.
Like basically
Like-
when I'm giving
Yeah.
it a D+, I'm like, this is like second worst.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it can't be much worse.
if you're
than-
thinking number grades, like obviously F is not 0 in real life.
yeah, because
but
F is 65, then anything under 65 is like.
you're just it's F.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all
we
F.
might have to work on our grading
I feel like
system.
we go
then.
through this every like.
I
few
know, but
weeks.
I just
Yeah.
F to me is just like that is a fucking stinker.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. That was terrible, in my opinion. And then I rewatched About Time. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
Great movie.
that is a
I
great
love
movie.
that movie. I've rewatched it many times, but it's an A every time.
That is a great movie.
It made my mom cry, of course.
Mm.
But
It makes me cry like
yeah,
almost
and
every
also
time I
yeah,
watch it.
I've watched it enough times, but like yeah, it's the same guy who did Love Actually, Notting Hill, all those movies. So great movie. I would highly recommend. A, and that's it.
Highly recommend. A.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okie dokie.
All right, those are the things we watched this week. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and we will talk to you on Wednesday. Oh, and 20% off.